Thanks for the greeting. We'll get, oh, we got. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Maybe a few more will join us as we get rolling. I understand, right? Many watch after the fact. That's why we do those chapters, right? So we probably do, I don't know, 10, sometimes 10, 12, 14 assets, and then we do that chaptering. So if you're not interested in one, or maybe you're crypto only, or you're no crypto, you're all trads, right? You can go right to the asset that interests you. Hopefully you pick up an idea or two. All right, so just for those that are joining us, because we do, right, so now lately, a lot of new people on Twitter and YouTube. It's just to understand what we're doing here. We poll the members, ask them to give us the assets. So yeah, I ask them to give me the assets that they're interested in, and we're looking to see how they're executing with the methodology that we teach, which is really what this is all about. Hopefully you get maybe an idea or two, or something, an asset you're not tracking, and maybe some insight into how we approach the market. We have a very specific approach. Yes, of course, right? Very, very, very much influenced by Elliott Wave, but that's, as I try to remind people, that's third on our list of priorities, right? Algos, geometry, then the Elliott Wave, if it's there, if it's clear, if it's useful, but it's not the be-all, end-all, right? If we can't see a trade with an Elliott Wave, but we have the other two in place, well, I don't resist. So, I mean, here's a good, oh, shit, let me get off I'm forgetting that I haven't done this yet. So let's get, I get the first one hang on, Jesus, where is it? First one I got. Okay, let me get rid of the disclaim. Okay, so first up here, this is, well, I'll do this one first, right? So many people will be interested in this. This is Ben B, fellow trader. I didn't forget your SoundHound. I just happened to spot it. So we'll get to that next. He actually posted that first. So Ben B, if I'm not mistaken, Ben B, this is what you wanted here. Not sure about your link, right? It gave me two different things. But it looks like this is your Bitcoin count, and right, so no reason not to start here. It certainly does look like at this point in time, right, we're going to lean into the diag. I still am a little reluctant to think that we're off to the moon here because of the uncertainty coming in when we're not 2-3 weeks away. But, right, we don't want to fight the trend. We don't want to fight the price action. Just a couple of points of caution, right? It's, again, I don't. It's just odd for me to be the more reserved with regards to Bitcoin in particular. We're still sitting inside the value area right now. So I'm in log scale, right? It wouldn't matter, right? So if I take it out of log scale, right, this 68% doesn't change, but because of the range, right? Anytime you're, it's a guideline, right? 3 to 4 times the range. If you're 4 times the range, you pretty much are forced to look at it in log scale, right? And often you can't get the distinction on the lower part of the chart if you don't. So as we sit here, right, the premise is now that the 4 is in, and we're in the process of working up towards getting started on the 5th. We're apparently going to do, well, I mean, we could be doing the 1 of the 5th, right? There's your Bitcoin porn. There's your bull porn, right? If we're doing the 1 of the 5th, well, this 5th is, right, some would tell you, well, we got a long way to go. If this is the 5th, well, okay, that's encouraging, right? So targets would be up here in the hundreds, 100K, 105, 106, somewhere in that range. If we just look at traditional measuring, right? And maybe, the one thing you don't do with Bitcoin is use traditional as a non-traditional asset. But here's a very traditional, again, log scale. Length of the 1 projected from the proposed 4, right? Put us up here at literally 101. If we're going to do something bigger in the 5th, right, to get up here to the 1618, which would be an extreme for the 5th, right? 100 is pretty common. You're doing 1618 of the 1 in the 5th, right? You've got a raging bull on your hands, and maybe that's what we're headed towards. That would be, we call it 150, 160, right? Straight line to that. Well, it would require a big kick in the 5th, right? So there's no need to do that over projection, right? Okay, right now we're just trying to say, okay, where are we in this count? Now there's a daily. Let's zoom in here. Okay, this is going to be the 4, and we're going to do this as a diag. Again, right? You might be thinking, here we're on a daily. Okay, if we're heading up towards the 3 here. Well, some of the geometry is going to get reshuffled. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Am I going to lose anything here, Ben B? I'm thinking about switching over to my count because it's a little bit more detailed. I just drew some trend lines off of what you had given us, which is You didn't really work too hard on this count, but that's all right. I'm kind of teasing you, right? You gave us enough here. I'm going to switch over here. I have the same count with just a little bit more detail in it. So let me back up a little bit. Not in any way to discount your work, Ben. I think we've got a little more detail here that may serve us better in terms of projecting where we're headed here. So on a 4, let's go to an 8. If we go to an 8, right, I continue, right, just to tell you that this is going to be abnormal period, right? So there's absolutely no way to know what's coming here, but other than chaos. Okay, right? So if this is the 4, now if you look at it here, right, you kind of get a different perspective of it. Now, note, I'm out of log scale because I'm down here. This is 49. I don't need to be in log scale here. I'd always, right, when I'm doing any TA, I'd much prefer to not have to go to log scale. It's a pain in the ass. It distorts everything. But it's just a reality, right? If you're as a technician, you got to deal with it. You can't fight it. You have to accept it. Okay, so if the 4 is in, and we are indeed going to do a diag here. Well, now his count is a little bit more optimistic. Oh, where'd he go? Right. So he's doing A, B, big C coming 4, 5. All of this still yet to come, but it would suggest that we're finishing with the 5th. I'm kind of, if I play this out here, if indeed, right, we're going to do this. Right, and this is just, there's some subjectivity here. If we're going up for the 3rd here, if we're going to do this as the ABC, can I get that out of there? If we're doing it this way. This looks to me like we're putting in the 1 of the 5th. Pick your poison, right? I mean, would this be bad news if this was the 5th? Well, perhaps, right? If this were going to be the 5th, well, as it's laying out here, okay, right? That seems unlikely, right? This is the all-time high here, 72. We're going to double top. I'd be. That's not what I would anticipate, right? So I think, again, I don't want to suggest that this is not good work here. It's perfectly valid, but the push here for the C and this kind of suggests we're going into the 5th, right? And I think it's okay to consider that there's perhaps more to come here, and we're just doing the 1 of the 5th, right? Well, for what it's worth, right? I mean, that's what I think. So the whole idea of this completing here. Oh, let's see if we do it this way. If this, where's the 4, right? So where's the 3, right? We don't even have that, but it looks like the 4 is going to, the 3 is going to come in here. We might come up here. There's liquidity, right? We all know there's going to be all sorts of liquidity up here, right? And there's also all sorts of potential for liquidation events here for all the bears. They're going to get absolutely smoked up here. So if it's 1, 2, well, let's do it this way, right? So if it's 1, 2, and we're going to do another 3, this is certainly looking impulsive, right? Which is why I would lean into the idea that we're putting in the 3 here. 4, 5 would be what it looks to me right now. Things change, right? I've been reluctantly accepting this diag here, but there it is, right? So one thing about Elliott Wave, right? You have these. It's one of the reasons I like it. We have these very clear validation and invalidation points, right? You don't fight the price action because of your whatever particular chart pattern or Elliott count you're biased towards. Price is truth. Nothing else matters. And I mean, nothing else matters. So as long as, if we're going to continue and finish this with an impulse, which does kind of look like we're doing, if I go down to 1 here, we got a little wonky here. It looks like you might have to do this as A, expand the B, straight down into a C. We're kind of climbing towards this 5th up here. So it looks to me like there's the A, B, C. All right. So we've got A, B. If this is going to complete as an impulse, that would suggest that we did it as a C, right? We're doing an ABC. 3, 3, 5, 3, 5. Right, so this looks like we're doing a zigzag to me, right? And again, things can change. You can count this as a 5, A, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, one more little push, and we really can confirm that we have a zigzag that's completing here. Now again, right, let's use the tools, right? We always want to measure length of the A projected from the proposed B. Well, we're at 618. We go up here, right? We will have swept the all-time high. There's the all-time high at 72. Wouldn't be surprising, right, if we swept a little higher. It's not going to distort this terribly, right? If we go higher, right, you're going to kind of leave the A out of it. Now, some people have got us done here. I disagree with that. If we're going to keep going, I think we've got this kind of upside potential here. All of a sudden now it's starting to look more like a channel and less like a diag, right? So this is, probably play a factor in it. All right, but again, if this is going to be, well, it's kind of forcing you into this is a 5, this is a 3. Sure looks like we got another 5 here, so zigzag. This was not a zigzag. 3. 4. Could we do it by election day? That would be the ideal scenario, because whatever happens in here, it's not going to be good for anyone or anything, right? It's just, mark my words. Okay. All right. So that's Bitcoin. I don't think there's anything here I left off that I couldn't see here, other than Ben is perhaps, got a different finishing count in his mind. All right, we'll see. We'll see how it plays, right? Okay, so that's Bitcoin, right? First off from Ben B. Now I've got SoundHound. This was a request earlier in the week. I will, just full disclosure, I have a fairly good sized position here as well. Now, I say that because I don't want to come across as I'm pumping my own book here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like 1, 2. So I want it to be fully within disclosure here. This looks like I got an impulse here. But so we kind of got screwed up here. So if this is, I don't want to do this. If we complete here, 1, 2, oh God, it's kind of hard to see it in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to finish it there. I don't think you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and do it as a diag. This looks much lower, like 5, 3. Oh shit, you could do a W, X, Y. I don't know that it matters. So let's come over here. If this is 1 and this is 2. Yeah, right now, feel free to disagree, right? But that's what I see right here. Because this looks to me like a clear 3, right? So we go A. What are we doing here? Do we have a little? Oh, probably something there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C. Oh, W, X, Y. So this could be combo. Yeah, again, I don't know that it matters, right? Essentially, it's a 3 where we double bottom, right? So you might look there and say, geez, I wonder if that's technical. A little sloppy, right? So it looks like a 707 is what played there. I do know. Where are you, 707? All right, so we played 707 here. Now, I'm in log scale. It's going to be lower here. So here's a good example of why you need to be in log scale. So I'm down here at less than $1. We go up to $10, right? So certainly 4 times the range. For a 2. Now, do we come out of here and do an impulse? Well, you might have to put it over here, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A, B, C. If we're doing this as a diag, again, I don't know that it matters. This could be A, B, C coming down here. Lunar shot, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is looking very 4-ish. So this is a little tricky one. Definitely tricky. So as we look here, this is just classic 4, right? We just don't progress the trend. We just bide time. So expansion, contraction, right? Expansion. You could look at all of this, right? Just as a big box of consolidation, right? We don't go anywhere. We just go sideways, right? Range. After coming this free fall, what are we doing? What are we doing? Here's the break, right? We do get an algo target here, but we don't know of an algo at the 707. At least we don't have one historically that we can really count on. But we do see the market's ping there often. I wouldn't want to think 1, 2. So this is kind of mysterious. It's not clear Elliott, right? And again, don't expect clear Elliott in every chart you bring up. It's just not reality, right? So sometimes where the market just stalls. If I had to choose, right, gun to my head, I certainly want to be long here. That's the daily. Let's try a 4 hour, see if we get any insight into that. What would you think, right? You'd be thinking triangle, I think. A, B, C, D, perhaps E, right? Perhaps we get it done there. Now the B gets pretty beefy there relative to the others. Yeah, I think that may be what you're stuck with, right? So you'd be thinking 4 or something as part of a larger correction, but it looks like we're going to make the break there. So let's get in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Let's see. We're contender, right? It's a contender. Right? A lot of times you're throwing numbers up there. Say, okay, can I make that work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks decent. A, B, C, decent. 1, 2. Let's label it. Looks like you might have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that still could be coming. Right? No reason to assume otherwise, at least at this point in time. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Am I done? Putting in a 4, possibly, right? So let's go down to a 60. Looks like you could have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Somewhere in here. For a 5, right? So is that going to be 3, 4, 5? All right, would that be 5 or would that be 1 of 5? Looks like, I mean, this is it's essentially an AI play. I would suggest that would suggest to me all we're doing here is a 1, right? For the bullish potential here. 1, 2, off to the moon. Well, it's, moon, fuck. $10, right? That would be a moonshot for SoundHound. You don't need to force this. If you're in this, right? If you trade traditionals, right? And many don't. We have a lot of crypto only people. 1, 2, 1, 2. You could trade the 4 to the 5, right? Again, if you're looking for assets, right? You got a pretty clear trade there, right? You wouldn't want to see this come down below this, so you've got a pretty well-defined risk reward looking for this, right? If you're uncomfortable, let's complete the 3, take the 4 to the 5. Let the 4 happen. Trade to the 5, right? And then, of course, right, we know standard ops, right? What would you expect next, right? We're going to come back down, retrace, right? And then so go higher, right? The retrace is not a negative, it's a positive, right? A good bull market needs that retrace, right? They got to reload. Right? How do they reload? They sweep the stops. They sweep the liquidity. That's how they get more fuel so they can go higher, right? It's pretty standard in every chart on every time frame in every asset class. That's how it works. Okay. So, right, your choice there as to whether you want to participate there. Okay, let me go to, what do I got? So I got SoundHound, I got Bitcoin. Oh, Adam, this is from George, right? One of the guys on my team. And he always contributes when I ask these guys. So what do we got here, George? So this is Adam. Now he's given me, we're starting on the weekly. Again, right, full disclosure here, I've got a pretty big piece of this. Okay, right, so it looks like leading diag into a 1. I think he gave it to me. He gave it to me out of log. So a good example, all right, do we need log, right? So here's our low at $1. Here's our high at 44. Do we need log scale? Well, just look at that, right? You want to do your TA there? I mean, some maybe you do. Some might. I shouldn't assume that you would want to do it differently, but just something to consider. At the very least, you'd want to look at it in log scale. Is that my 2? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We get a leading diag, WXY, ABC, A, B, C into an X. Well, looks like we're done, right? How'd we do technically? A little sloppy down here. You've got some unmitigated, well, it's barely. Make a case that already got tapped. All right, so it's a revisit here to this bullish order flow, right? Comes back to visit. Okay, so we've got a decent spot there. Now, that's a very reasonable place to get long, right? If you're bullish. This is a pain in the ass using this thing. Okay, now let's go back to log. Oh, fuck, come here. All right, so risk reward. You could use 707, right? Which is often, that's where I'll put my stop, right? If using a golden zone. Now, we've already had a little wick come through. Well, pardon me, we've had a close go through. So this is a bit tenuous here. That is the weekly. So that's you got to do the math there, whether you can sustain that. But we know, right? Again, emphasis point, as long as this pivot holds, we have 80% probability of getting to that median line. His median, I'm going to do mine just to brighten that up a little bit. Okay, so we got 80% odds getting there. That would be an 80 to 1. 80 to 1, right? So you look at that and you go, oh, well, okay, what is that, a YOLO? Well, what kind of size are you thinking? So, okay, this is the kind of thing I draw that up and I go, why would you not take that trade? 80 to 1, not enough. 80% odds, not good enough. Really? Were we technical here? Looks like one of these might have had some algo involvement. 50, 50. Here's my target. All right, so it looks like we had a little battle here between algos. Let me get this right on there. 50, 50, front run. I don't know. I can't put anything better than that in front of you. And I didn't, right? This is George putting this in front of you. 80% probability, 80 to 1 risk reward. You should be off the live stream on your exchange. By the way, you go to BloFin, right? Our sponsored exchange, put that on right now. Seriously, I can't imagine why somebody would not take that trade, right? You're either out of bullets or you don't understand what you're seeing. Okay, well, let's hope that's not the case. Beautiful, George. Now, he gave it to me. He wanted me to look daily. So let's go to the daily. Let's see if it looks better or worse on the daily. Oh, shit. Hang on. All right, so he's done some work here, and I don't want to discount that. So oh, that's good work, George. Squeezing the triangle in there because it's a little funky, right? A, B, how are we doing it? This C's got to fly over, I think. C, D, E, right, for the X. Interesting, right? Yeah, well, you put a little more effort into it. I was being a little bit lazy. A, B. Oh, fuck, it doesn't matter, right? So we get a good finish down here, A, B, C. So W, X, Y into the 2. Well, it just reinforces the idea here. I mean, you could put your stop onto that 707 and Jesus Christ, if I was not doing this live stream, I'd probably be adding to what I have. Okay, and then he wanted me to go to, oh shit, what was it? The 4 hour, I think? Yeah, and then the 1 hour. This is me, so let me get that out of there. This is me too, so let me get that out of there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. View the 1 hour. Oh man, I love how he does that. Right, we get all this different TA on different time frames. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh God, I'm telling you, if you could have seen George 2 years ago before he joined us, wow, has he progressed? This is really good work. 1, A, B, C into the 2. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Sweet, nails the triangle in there. A, B, C, D, E. Up the 1, 2, 3, 4. God, that's good work. Good job, George. All right, really nicely done. All right, so this the point of all this, because it's easy to look at this and go, oh, fuck, why do I have to do all this work? I promise you, if you do this, it builds so much more conviction when you're putting money at risk. I mean, did you get a golden in here? Looks like you did, right? Looks like you have, if not a golden, you got a corner pocket, right? You got a straight golden, or pardon me, a straight corner pocket here. Remember, it's not always going to make the golden zone. Here we pivot off the 50. Now the downside of that, right? When the angle is that close, right? Look how quickly you get your 80%. Right, 80% is a one-time use, right? You only get those odds one time. Doesn't mean we're not going to go. Look how many times we hover around the median line, but the 80% probability is a one-time use. So we get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 1 A, B, C into the B. Oh, that's crazy. Who would have ever imagined we'd pivot at the golden zone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Right back to the golden. Well, it looks like we're in a 4. It looks like 1, 2, 3. Maybe right, unless we fall over here. This could turn into a W. This could turn into a WX, right? Because right now you've just got 3 in there, right? What do we got? 1, 2. Is that 3, or is this 1, 2, 3, or is this C? That would imply WX, right? We're going to go back down to the golden. So that's not a great looking area to be a buyer because it's not a good looking impulse. This is too much slop. Right, actually, this is shit. No, I can't remember if he did that or I did that. This is the 2, and we're gonna do an ABC. Get that out of there. Golden. A, B, C, golden zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's this. Well, what do? We expand, we contract. I don't think there's a trade there at the moment. We're in logs, so I can't use our. Oh, fuck me, come here. Nice channeling here. Where are we going? It doesn't look like a great impulse. We're just spending too much time here. The longer time we spend there, right? We bulls, bears on both sides. So you just have range. So what you want to see here is there's liquidity building on both sides, right? So likely both get swept, right? So when the market's stalling here, what are the algos going to do? They're going to sweep the lows, sweep the highs, right? Which way they go. Well, that's where perhaps the Elliott count will guide you a little bit. But all I see here is potential for liquidity grabs, whether you're doing it here or side, right? Either way. This would not be kind of price action I would be looking to buy into. This longer term, the count, right? It's very, very good looking. But what are we doing here? Well, let's just double check, right? Again, always, right? How technical are we trading? Make sure I'm right on these. Little wiki down there. Let's get you out of there. Certainly looks like it was very, very common for a front run on just before the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so you can certainly looks like that's A, B, C, doesn't it? Barely break stride, right? Just straight to the target. That's what algos do. All right, so what are we going to do next? That's not, and that's for me. That's okay. I'll wait. I'm not saying I don't like the potential, but that's not the start I would want to see here. Now, if it kicks, right? Maybe, right? Maybe. Oh, okay. Well, this is just a weird, funky little shit. Could be a diag, right? You've had a little overlap here, although this is no longer required. But that doesn't look like a big impulsive 3. Right, could we come down here and still have a 2? Yeah, we could. All right, I think that's really good TA, but I think we're in just a holding pattern right there till we see how we're going to resolve this. You could look at it this way. You're in between. Oh my shit! I'm in log scale. You're in between this. Oh fuck! Here, right? Let's just think of it that way, right? So okay, we're in the premium now. I want to buy it down? I want to buy in the discount. Can I buy it down here? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Right? Something's got to change, right? Just that simple discipline, right? Probably the easiest thing I could possibly say to you in the last 6 years. Just buying the discount, selling the premium. Very easy to say, right? Very easy to forget about it and not pay attention to it, or just buy emotionally. All right, so something's moving. Oh shit, I got to get. Oh fuck, I just realized. Oh, I just bought it in the premium. Oh shit. Right, very easy to do that. So to take your time, right? Never rush into a trade, ever. It's almost always going to be a loser, right? Because if you're doing it, it's because you saw something. Oh, it started to. You got a big pump wick, right? That's almost always manipulation, right? Almost always, unless there's news behind it, or some technical event, or some event behind it. Almost always, right? The big wicks like this are almost always manipulation, because that's what retail falls for, right? Oh, big wick. Oh shit, I better buy it, right? It's going straight up, but to the moon. FOMO. The guy who bought it here, how did that work out for him? Somebody bought it there. Oh, we're going to the moon. Nope. Okay, thanks for that, George. It was really, really nice work. Love to see how far you progressed. Okay. Let's get that off. Okay, next up, Dr. Alban. Oh, we're going back to Bitcoin. So I got Dr. Alban. Let's take a look at what he's thinking. This is his view on it. Maybe he's got a different count. What do I have here? Let's get rid of that. Hang on. Oh, now the market popped through the IB. Okay, hang on. Whoa, what happened here? What's going on, Dr. Alban? Why is that not coming up for me? Bullish count besides the... Oh, shit, I want to see this. What the fuck? Hang on, guys. Why is that not loading? Well, let me try again. Let's copy link. Let's try and get that to load. It's annoying. I don't know why that won't load. There we go. Come on. Come on. What the... Bear with me, guys. I don't know why that's not loading. I might have to come back to that, Dr. Alban. I might have to move on and come back, see if it sorts itself out. Oh, you guys are on a lag here. You got about a 45-second lag. His page is just not coming up. Your kind suggestion, what to buy right now, .link. Okay, I'll come back to that. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me try another one, Dr. Alban, and see if the problem is... Oh, wait, maybe it's coming. What the fuck? Come on. Don't do this to me now. There we go. Okay, there it is. Okay, this is the... I'm curious to see what he's thinking here. This is the not... Oh, I got to copy that. Let me save that. Okay, we got it working now. I don't know, my apologies for the delay there. I don't know, sometimes my machine acts a little wacky. Okay, so this is the linear chart, alternative bullish count besides leading diag, right? Well, I'm anxious to see what he's thinking. Okay, so we're going to work into a truncation. Okay, I see what he's got in mind. I'm going to just... Oh, this is just me, habit. Let's put it in the color scheme that I'm comfy with. Okay, so this is, we're going to do a truncation in the Y. It's reasonable. All right, and we're going to put the 4 here. Or excuse me, truncation in the C. Which, okay, it's not unreasonable. This is all wick down here anyway. It's all wick. This is our X. So we're going to go W, X, A, B, C, and then this. Right? It's really not a bad thought at all. Let's try to count the pumped up move. Okay. This is not unreasonable, right? So it gets around my reluctance the entire, since we did this was that, oh, that's how we're going to launch the 5th. Yeah, again, a diag is not that, it's not like it's rare. It's just surprising. Oh, let's see. Let's pull this off to the left here, right? What do we hit here? Well, you can definitely go with a 1-2 here. And I think this is a 50. That is log, linear. Did you want it log? I think you did. Okay, so let's go to a 1, see what we've got here. Right? So that, yeah, that's the same thing, right? It's, manipulation happening there. So we got it. That's a question mark. It does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like that's there, but then you've just got this 1 bar here, right? How are you going to do that? We go to a 30 here. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! You could do it a couple of different ways. This looks like 3, 4. Like it looks to me like you get this done here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. This is what I see, right? I think you got to do it this way. Now we're going up, creeping up for that 5. I'm assuming you guys followed me there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little skinny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. So to label that. You can see what they did here, right? They just, both sides got blown out, right? This is pure manipulation. Okay, all right, so 1, 2, 3. Are we going to do it this way? Looks like we might. 1, 2, we're doing it this way, 3, some sort of 4 going in here up to the 5. Now, per his count, what will we be doing there? Is that going to be 3? Probably not. Right? So that would suggest 1 of 3. This is actually a very, very bullish count. Right? If this is 1, 2, right, and we're going to get out of the what the fuck over here, right, and we're just going to do this as a straight impulse, 5, 3, 5, right? It's not going to be 3. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. Odds are very low that we would go 1, 2, and this would be the 3, right? You know, crazy as possible, right? And who fucking knows? But if we just statistically, right, if we think about the way Elliott counts unfold, Bitcoin being a fairly good example, right, of crowd dynamics, fear and greed, that would be shocking, right? So the thought would be, oh my God, if this is 1, 2, let's take it up a degree. If this is 1, 2, wow, this just got a whole lot more bullish. Well, here, let's just measure it. Let's just use the tools, right? If that's the 1 and this is the 2, well, where do they usually go? Wouldn't that be your next thought? Oh, well, shit, well, where does the 3 typically go? Now, the markets don't have to do typical. Markets do what they're going to do. That's all we've got so far. Right now, if we're going to do this, right, who knows, right? But if we're going to do this, do that a little better. Now where are we? Back into those lower hundreds again, right, when we first looked at it. So really, the projection here doesn't change that dramatically from what we were looking at earlier, is we're doing it as a leading diag, right? So the bottom line is here, somewhere in here, right, the premise now seems to be pretty consistent that whatever we did down here, we've got a good low. Now, I remain cautious, right? Because I have no doubt in my mind we're going into crazy town. So, okay, what do we do during that, right? Does Bitcoin just grind on? Does let's say we have, let's just call it a contested election, right? And then we've got all that uncertainty because that could go for quite some time. Is Bitcoin a safe haven? Is it risk on with that kind of uncertainty? What will the broader markets be doing, right? If we have no declared, well, they're going to be, I guarantee you, it doesn't matter what the result is, Trump's going to say he won, right? Just so he can set up the dispute and say, oh, well, they cheated, right? Obviously I won. Careful here, that's all I'm saying, right? You can be completely 100% full-blown MAGA, right? A lot of people, oh, who cares about, as long as it's good for my crypto, fuck the rest of the country, the world, all of it. If you're one of those people, I still tell you, don't be reckless here. Okay. Good work, Dr. Alban. All right, very good work, right? And just a different take on it, which is why I'm spending a little time here, because this is, everybody's wrestling with it. Fuck, is this it? Is this it? Right? Well, here's another thought, right? Maybe we truncate that C and then we go off into a more traditional launch. All right. Thanks, Dr. Alban. Very good work. CN Salazar. Oh, yeah. One of my favorites. Longtime member. Very improved. Oh, they're all my favorites. Right? Just some of these guys have been with me for many years. All right, bear with me. Well, the market finally kicked. Oh, what is with the lag I'm having? What is going on here? Do I have just too much open? Son of a gun, guys. I don't know what's going on there. Well, you guys aren't seeing the lag that I am because I've got about a 45 seconds head start on you guys, but maybe I've just got too much open. Well, that's only 6 or 7 tabs. But son of a gun, this has got to be something on my end. Let me leave this. Oh, this is painful when you're live. I can do a little dance. Next lyric in that song is kind of inappropriate. Okay, come on. Oh, son of a bitch, come on. Let me try this again. Let's see if it's over here. Something up on my machine, guys. I'm not sure what it is. I'm trying to. It's giving me the link. What shit? Oh, XLE. All right, maybe I'll just do it that way, since I know what it is. Oh, here's one I was looking at this morning. Pinterest. Okay, let me see if I can do it this way. If I can just get XLE up. There we go. All right. I don't know what's going on with the other one. That's still circling something up there. So I might have to adjust here accordingly. Okay, what do I have here? This is XLE. I'm so sorry, CN Salazar. I wish I could get your count. I'm gonna let that thing keep churning and maybe it'll sort itself out. XLE. Well, what would you think if you brought this up? Oh shit, what have I got on there? Breaker blocks. Yeah, let's leave these on. Oh, it finally loaded. No, it didn't. Oh, yeah, it did load. Okay, so I finally got it. Jesus, what is up with my machine? It's fucking weird today. Okay, so now I can get CN Salazar's. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Okay, let's get this over here. Okay, so now I got his work. Okay, good. Okay, let me get settings here. Sorry, guys, I don't know what the issue is today. I don't usually have that problem. Okay, so I got a 4 hour. He's teed us up. Okay, let's see. All right, so he's right. Nice, right? He's okay. So this is the question, right? Oh, look at these retracements. Are they technical? Oh, are they technical? They're not random. There's 50 golden zone. Oh, that's probably as well. So what would you think here? Well, longer count, right? Do we have a longer count here that would make sense? Well, just at first glance here, it looks like a triangle to me. A, B, C, D. Can I get 5 in that? Fuck. So we got 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, we could do it. Right there it is. A, B, C. Into that, just a front run on that golden. So it looks like you got a contender there for a, let's go to micro, right, for a triangle. When it gets wacky like that, it's always the first thing I think. Right, oh, fuck, it's some sort of a triangle, right? So let's come back here. Well, you'd assume 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going up for the 5. All right, well, macro certainly going to play a factor here, right? As war drums are being pounded. Would this be 1, 2? Well, let's consider that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put them up there. Oh, let's go to white here so we can spot it. Is that 1, 2? I think you got to. Oh, that's not the cleanest I've ever seen. Oh, let's leave it. Well, premise, right? Okay, I got to swing, I got to retrace. Now, where am I going, right? Swing, right? Swing low, swing high, internal retracement, right? The expectation we would now, having gone in, we're going to go external. Right? It's not a requirement, right? We could stay in between the two, but your anticipation, right, to be consistent with the trend. If this is a 4 and this is a 1, 2, expectation would be we're taking out the next pivot high. Let's get this right here. 1, 2, right? We stay internal. It looks like it reacted to all of this liquidity down here. 1, 2. 1, 2, right? Technical, golden. Jesus Christ. Did that surprise anyone? Right to the golden zone. Let's bring it over here. Well, he's doing it this way, right? So, well, it wouldn't matter, right? So if the one's here and this is an A, B, C, right, you're still coming right to the golden. Now, he's thinking, okay, this is not the 3. It's going to be the one of the 3. right? Very bullish, right? So the technical, right? Here's the swing. Here's the retrace, right? Internal retracement. Now, so where are we headed next, right? The next liquidity level is that pivot. So we come down here. We got another 2. Let's get some of these off here. We don't have this yet. 1, 2. Well, I mean, it's not unreasonable to think that was a 3, but right, it's not very far, right? So we got far enough, but he's taking a more bullish stance to it. All right, so we're pretty good here on the 1. Here, I'm just going to take those off since I think we're good here on the 1. A, B, C on the 2. It's long enough. Well, let's measure again. I shouldn't have taken that out. That's the 1. That's the 2. All right, where's my 3? Here? Well, just because that's where they usually go, it doesn't mean that's where they must go. We could go 2, 6, 1, 8. That would be pretty extreme. Now, what else could we add to this for some geometry? Right, well, let's use that to guide us. Well, it's already burned, right? So that's not the right tool for the job at this moment. That's all I've got. Is it 1, 2? Is that 3? Well, I don't know. Let's see how far we go here, right? So far, we're just coming to the 50. 2. Pretty reasonable. Impulse. 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. Teed up. Already in the market. We got 1 target, 2 target. Oh, I'm guessing he wants that a little higher. 3. Well, there's 2 ways to consider this, right? I would probably do it this way, right? So because we don't know, right? There's no knowing. I'd want to take a partial here if I got that. Just for the algo, just because I know an algo is going to react there. So again, doesn't mean it can't go higher. It's just that I would bank a little bit there. That's me, right? You got, what did you get there? 2.5 to 1. I'll put a little in my pocket, right? If it's that doesn't seem likely, right? So if it's really going to go higher, I want to leave some for the potential that it gets there, right? But I don't want to have to be, oh fuck, I don't want to be worried about it. Like already bank some, probably at that point, tighten up your stop, right? If not completely to break even. Now you got this one. Oh shit, can I do that? Here, right? And all that's left is to get the big kicker into the 3rd. Again, if you're trading different, if you diversify across asset classes, right, and you're not just all crypto or all whatever, very reasonable risk reward. Put your stop with shit. You use 707, 786, right? It's not much different. There's a difference between 88 and change. Why would you not take that? I mean, we're talking about the energy sector, right? And we got all sorts of tension in the Middle East, right? It just takes one surprise event, right? Fuel going through the roof. Good thought, CN Salazar. I'm glad I finally got your stuff here. Okay, so Depeche. As I recall, this is a really good Elliottician here. Let's see. Was it Depeche? I know we had Depeche on last week. I really liked some of his stuff. Oh, fuck me. I got this problem again. What is going on today? Copy link. I'm on the fastest fiber connection I can possibly get. Nope, that's not it. So let's try again. Copy link. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. All right, so something up with my browser. I don't know what it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember. I really liked his work. Depeche, this is really good looking work. Really good. Very glad to have you in the community, right? You guys, heads up. This guy's doing some very work. Obviously very skilled. Right? He's okay, so this is interesting, right? A truncated 5th here. Well, yeah, that does make sense. You know, it's kind of a last resort. So just based on the quality of his work, my guess is that he's done all the work here to look at all the alternates. Let's pull back here. That's a 1. Let's go to a 4. We're stuck in log, right? We got to do this in log for 28 cents to $4. Well, this is it's kind of interesting, right? So he's doing something similar to what Dr. Alban is doing, saying, "Oh, okay, right. Rather than this be an A, B, C of a 1, and we're doing a diag here, he's doing the same thing. Dr. Alban was suggesting is that we truncate it here, which for an Elliottian, right, it's your absolute last resort, right? It's kind of if there's absolutely nothing else, okay, right? Apparently we truncate it because it's very rare, and usually there's a workaround. You really don't have one here. So, I mean, if you're going to hold this count, because you've got a 3 here, so you're kind of stuck. Well, oh, okay, 3, ABC. So then your next thought would be, oh, is it a WXY? Oh, well, it's a WXY. Oh, that makes perfect sense until you get here. Now you're back to, but my hesitation calling this a 1 in Bitcoin. Really? Oh, 1, 2, and then we're going to do an impulse, right? So this actually is pretty logical thought. Okay, so if we truncate, right, so let's assume we do, then I get an impulse. So I get 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So that can kind of reconfirm your hesitation of, are we really truncating here? But once you get a perfect impulse here, and Jesus Christ, this is good work, right? So every pivot is nailed. And I promise you, even though you might look at that and go, oh, fuck, why do I have to do all that work, right? Well, number one, lazy traders, usually not making money. Right, so if you're lazy about it, now you don't have to use our approach, right? There's some people that all they want is 3 candles, right? This is the new rage. CRT, candle range theory, right? All you need is 3. It's the easiest TA approach you've ever seen. Very popular right now. Coming out of the ICT zone. There's none of this work involved, right? You just pull up a 4-hour chart and look at what time it is. Turtle soup, right? That's the entire technical approach, right? Now, I'm not saying by any means that they aren't very profitable doing that. I'm just saying it's a different approach, right? There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right? If you're watching this, right, you're watching ours, right? But if you're curious, right, look up candle range theory, CRT from ICT. Although the guy who apparently his top student and kind of perfected it, 3 candles, none of this required, none of this. But if you're inclined, right, and you like the idea of solving a puzzle, right? First question is, can you solve the puzzle? Right? There are very few puzzles that can't be solved, right? This is a bit of an anomaly. Oh, we're going to truncate the 5th. It's not like it doesn't happen. You have all the right ingredients here. You see the sweep at the low, right? Then we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 3, 4. Probably very technical. If this is the 2, right to a 50, double bottom at a 50. We launch right from that. Get the algo target. There's a 1. Got a front run. No, I don't know if he's. I can't tell if he's in this, right? So he's playing down and up. It's aggressive, right? But certainly he knows what he's doing. So very low risk trade here, right? If you're going to take now, what is he doing here? Is he selling in the premium? Yeah, he sure is. Right. The reason that's a reasonable thought here is you can see all of the ingredients for that to have completed. Let's see if we've got. Let's get an EW on there. It's a good thought. Glad to have him in here. This is a great work, right? So, okay, are we done? Do I have divergence here? Not huge. One, two, 3. All of this being a pretty complex 4. You doubled. Now you had divergence down here on the 4. Up. Double top. How does it measure? What else could you use, right? Length of the 1 projected from the proposed 4. Where do we come in? If it's not going to be the 100, 1618, we're coming in at 272, right? That's pretty extreme for the 5th. See, I mean, the risk reward there is so good. What are we getting there? 6 to 1. And all you're doing is setting it up for the buy down here. Now, if you've taken the time and you have the skill level to know exact and count that out completely, which clearly he does, that's not an uncomfortable trade to take because you took the time. You're not just winging it. It all makes sense. It's logical. There's a logical trade there with very low risk and very high reward. Again, why would you not take that trade? Oh, well, I'm only a bull here, right? She makes a lot of money, so this is what is this ARK? Is this ARK? No, this isn't. Excuse me. So we got a crypto here, right? So I was thinking it was Kathy Wood. All right, but it doesn't matter, right? So chart's a chart, right? The asset almost makes no difference to me. Okay, if we're coming down here for this, I got a very nice low risk trade, and down here I got a very low. Right, what's my potential here? 36 to 1. If you're not comfortable, right? Oh, the trend is higher, so I wouldn't short it. Well, again, you're selling the premium, right? So you got better risk reward here. And if you're buying down here, well, you're buying in the discount. Very low risk, very low risk. If those make you uncomfortable, you got to rethink what you're doing, right? I posted something yesterday, right? You've got to be losing a little money to be making some money, right? Because you're not going to be right all the time. In fact, you're going to be wrong more than you're right. So if you're not losing some money, you're definitely not making some money, right? You've got to put money at risk, right? And the losses come with it. But if you're intelligent about it, and with the risk reward here that he's putting on here, this does not require advanced Elliott Wave knowledge. That's what gets him there. But once you get to the point where you want the trade, risk reward, that's up to you. Right? Different story, right? Solving the puzzle, trading, two different skill sets. Very nice work, Depeche. How do I not think Depeche Mode? I don't even know what Depeche means, but there must be some. I'm going to have to look that up. Great work. Very glad to have you in the community. That's really, really well done. You guys, heads up, watch his work. Okay, I got Wonka giving me SEI on Binance. Okay, now, am I going to have this problem again? Shit, I'm going to save this for me, right? I've said many, many times, I get some of my best trades from these live streams because I can't watch everything. All right, hopefully I'm not going to have a problem here. Let's try again. Come on, trading view. There we go. Okay, better. Maybe we were through whatever that weirdness was. Okay, so this is also one of my team members, is Sensei Wonka. I would tell you, one of the most improved traders I've seen in the last 5 years. His work is stellar. Now, I think he's level 2 or 3 Elliottician through EWI. He's higher than I am. Okay, so here's a 1 on SEI, right? All of a sudden, this is a super hot crypto. 1. Look how good this work is, right? Again, right now, if he's a sensei, right, I expect this from him. Right? I know he knows how to do this. You're not going to get this right off the bat, right? This takes time, right? To go, oh yeah, it is a triangle, and well, the 5s and 3s, and there's an X, right? This is not come, week 1. Right? He's been at this for a while, right? And I've seen his progression. So here, let's just change these colors, right? So let's go. Let's put it up in something bigger. W, right? Triangle, X, A, B, C into the Y. 1, 2, right? We're kind of stuck with this, right? This always, right? Is it a diag? Are we doing a diag? Or are we doing an A expanded B into a C, right? So he's playing it that we did a 1 here. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 1. A, expand the B into the C. Probably technical. Well, let's see. If we do it here, we're at a 50. 707 here, so a little deep. But if you're going to expand it that far, that actually doesn't surprise me. 1, 2, 1, 2. Interesting, right? So 1, 2, 3. What am I on? I'm on a 24-hour. Let's go to an 8. Let's just get a little dig in there. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the lowest pivot here, so you'd have an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, 4. Well, this gets a little bumpy. Let's go to a 4. 1, 2, 3. It looks like a 3. So WXY. Can we get a 5 in there? Oh, that's a little. No, it doesn't matter. Well, it might actually. Oops. I'm going to call that a 5. It's close. You have to do it here. ABC. Let's take that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. Right? Doesn't quite work. All right, so there's a good example, right? You throw up some labeling and look and go, does that fly? Does it work? Right? So do I have an impulse here? So now with all the truncation here, I'm thinking, do we truncate here? Because this could be an X. Hesitation here. That's a 1. Jeez, there's not much to dig into here. Wonka, with your advanced Elliott skills, you kind of left me hanging here. Well, this is where it got hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like you could go A, B, C there. Or you could go A. Well, you'd have to do it as a diag. Well, we got a little tricky here. All right, we got overlap there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can finish that as a 5. We have to put it over here. We might. So possibility, right? Again, don't expect it to always be perfect. As we're seeing, right? Do we have to do this as a WXY into a 4? I can't quite get a triangle out of that. Where's Al? Next question. Where is he? He's going to be in here. Where is he? Looks like we're blown on that side, so here he is. You might just have to do that. Which would suggest 1, 2. Right? So if we're going to stay with the bull count, let's go back to let's go to a 2 hour. Well, how are we going to get there? If 1, 2, we're going to do it that way. Looks like that's a perfect retrace. I'm right on that. So that because of the depth of that retracement, that would make me want to think 2. Okay, all right. It's not likely to be a 4. Right? So it's okay. Maybe we're doing a diag there. Could be like Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's do the alternate just in case, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do a diag. Let me change that. Oh fuck me! Come here. Oh fuck! Come on. Let's put that in blue as an alternate. Now, in a diag, I want to track the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. So if we're going to do this as a diag, which is okay, now we're back to what Bitcoin appears to be doing. Although this looks like the 3 would be in, so it'd be 1, ABC, ABC, ABC. This looks like it's not done. All right. Be kind of what I would map out there. It may be, it's not unlike this one. It could be, right? So there's almost no way to know until we see what comes next. What can I see with certainty? I'm not in log scale, so I can take this swing low, right? Here's the last pivot low to this pivot high. Okay, I'm in the discount. If I want to be a buyer, am I in the right spot for it? Yep. No matter how this plays out, right? If we truncate here, or we're going to do it as a diag to get out of here and go up and finish that 5, right? You're in the buy zone. Worst case, you put your stop right here. You don't have to take it that far. So let's draw that up. I'd probably buy it here. Minimum target. Worst case, I'd probably use 786. Since you might anticipate diag, right, is uncertainty, right? Bulls, bear, they're bad, right? There's no clear trend. So you get each side pushing the other, thus all the overlaps. Well, if I had to pick one, I'd be a buyer, not a seller. Right? And that would be just based off of the broader structure. Now, what we could do here is do this. Now that I've got a candidate for a 3. Something along those lines. 1, 2, 1, 2. See, this is the truncation, so I'd be more inclined to do it this way. Already, all that 80% has all been hit, right? All of this is burned, right? So that's not the right tool for the job. So as we're heading towards these highs here, right? Again, very low risk. I mean, you could use 707 here. What do you got? 9 to 1. I mean, that's how I frame out the trade, whether I want it or not, right? Do I have something here that's enough, right? And can I squeeze in there with low risk and high reward? This is complication, right? That's trading, right? Two different skills. Solving the puzzle, risking the money, right? The quality of the work you do here will affect your experience over here. That doesn't mean you're not going to get stopped out, right? I've never said that, right? You're going to get stopped out, period, more times than you're not. You just deal with it. So that being the case, well, if when I'm right, I get 9 to 1, opposed to when I'm wrong, right? 30-40% win rate is going to make you a lot of money. Okay. I think we're good there on SEI. Thanks for that, Wonka. All right, it almost doesn't matter which way this goes, right? In terms of the count, I should say, right? But for the bull count, buying the discount, targeting the premium. You can keep it simple. Ben B wants BEP. Let's take a look there. Maybe I can do it over here. No, that's the copy. Maybe that's my problem. I want to save this one. Okay, so let's split it. Maybe I can do it that way. I kind of want to save this one too. I've got a piece of this, although I might want to add some of it. Let's split it. And what do I got here? Bank of America. That's some Waka work there. Ben B wants BEP. Oops. BEP. Oh, this must be when he's in. It's not the first time. Oh, I got Wonka's template there. Okay, that'll work, right? I got here. I got a MACD. An RSI. Oh, what the fuck? What are you giving me here? Oh, I've got I didn't recognize it. That's the bull trading. Just because I use the one with the squeeze, right? It's just as good. A TB MACD. I'm not sure what that is. What the TB is. It's a MACD. RSI looks bullish. Okay, so BEP. There's the weekly on BEP. Do we need to be in log scale? Well, 10 to 40. Yeah, we do. So just standard procedure. Okay, here's my low. Okay, I'm on a weekly here. Can I get out of that? All right, where's Al? There he is. This looks interesting. Did you guys see what we just had there? All right, so we got one here, one here. Total number of live streams I've done over 6 years where I haven't shown that more than 25 times, 0. Well, we're not going to be able to pull it from here. That's too far. So we're still looking here. Well, this, shit, what is that, COVID? Yeah, that's the COVID low. All right, so let's pull that off. So what are we doing here? Oh, fuck, let me get down. Let me try a 3-day here. Hard to see in there. Here, let's get. Well, you're kind of stuck with a 3 here. Well, let's try and keep it. Okay, let's keep it simple. Where am I here? From my last low to my high, right? Dominant to dominant. Okay, signs of a low, right, that we always want to see at any pivot, right? A sweep of the liquidity, and then a push, right? So that's often the tell, right? It's the sweep of the liquidity, and then you see the fair value gaps, right? So that's the tell that's muscle, that's institutions, that's not retail, right? So that's 1, 2, right? So it looks like that's Al again. There he is again. So clearly this is very technical, right? Every one of these significant pivots, right? This one and this one have been golden zones. So Al is all over this. Oh, I bet you he's above too, all right? Once they're in one, they're in all over the place, all right? So there he is up here. Probably a 50 here. Boom, 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 boom. So it's the same thing. Any asset, I do not care what the asset is. It's always going to be the same. Oh, shit. Come on, don't lock up on me. There we go. Okay, I saw all of that proven, right? I do this every week, right? I can't imagine anyone who's ever watched any of my, this wouldn't be the first thing they check. I just can't imagine, right, how that's possible. I mean, how many times do you have to see it? Well, okay, so let's put all of this aside and come over here and say, okay, what do I have a candidate here? 1, 2. Did I do it in a 3? Impulse, correct. Technical. Okay, well, it's a little bumpy here, but that could be my 1 of the 3, right? We got to do an impulse here. I shouldn't say it that way. We don't have to do an impulse here, but that would be your thought. Oh, I started with an impulse. Why would I not continue with another impulse? So you're in that process of 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like you're working on the 1. All right, we're going to have this. We're trying to get up here and do this. Right now, we don't know that's coming, right? But if we're going to move in a good trend, that's what you're looking for. You may not get it, but that's what you're looking for. Okay, where's we know where the resistance is coming back, right? We know where that's going to be. Let's simplify that. I can get a little busy up there. Okay, let's keep it simple. 1, 2, right? We know we have a technical pivot here, right? So we have a golden here, actually. We have a golden corner pocket. But that may be too sharp. Well, that might work. 1, 2, golden corner pocket, right? It's my signature trade right there. 80% odds of getting there. Now, that's a pretty steep angle, right? Where are we getting there? We're getting it here. Let's get you right on that. Looks like we're working on the 1 here. Now, if it gets too far away here, right? Oh, come here. If we get up here for the 5 and then we come here and then we start going this direction, we're going to disconnect from that, right? So then the question is it still the right tool for the job? As it is right now, right? I would hold for that. But if we get too far, now I've got the channel here as well. Now the alternate, right? I could just go to a modified shift, which is a channel. That's all it is. So you could get rid of the channel, right? If we're not going to hit the median line here, but now I've already hit the median line. So now we would just be using that for framing. So I think you're better at that point to stay with the channel. Right? You can start here, but we do have a golden corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like one more here, and that's the 1 before we get up to this. This is good, Ben B. Right, good one. He's posted this a few times, so it must be something he's trading, right? You got all the right ingredients, right? Nice long correction here after this crazy. We're still on a 3-day. Right, here's the perfect pivot. Right, sweep the low. Let's go to the daily. 1, 2. Looks like it needs 1 more. So where's the next trade? Here, right after the retrace. You're trying to get the 3. So the premise would be, okay, I'm in the process of putting in the 1, 2, before I can get 3, 4, 5 of the 3. Right, again, just a reminder for those that are in our belt system, right? If you're trying to get your purple belt, we only let you trade 3s and Cs, right? To force that discipline. It frustrates you sometimes. You're like, oh, fuck, come on, man, I want it. No, you might take it, right? It just wouldn't count towards your qualification. 3s and Cs. I promise you that'd be one of the best things you ever do for yourself. Okay, right, so Ben B, I don't think there's much to do here other than, where are we on this retrace? Technical again, that would be my guess. 50 within a tick. Assuming I'm right on that. 50 the tick, there's your target, right? It's not always going to be a golden. Don't discount the 50. Look at the reaction there. You think that's retail? I promise you it's not. Okay. Hey, Sam, could you look at WIF? I have WIF up here. Okay, I got everybody. Now this is Rob Ang. I'm not sure how to say that, Ang. Shit, what am I getting? I'm getting a bunch of text here. What the heck? Okay, right. I digress. I'm going to come back to you guys that are posting over there. Let me get this so I can see what you guys are doing over here. Okay, so I see a few requests over there. Okay, WIF. Oh, that's not, where did it go? WIF. This is Rob Ang looking for WIF and Doge. I think I have, I have them both right here. Okay, so here's WIF. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It ran right into a golden zone and stopped? What? Something I need to say there? WX looks like ABC into the Y. 1, 2, right? What? Oh, not going to be 3. See, that's a huge, I don't think people appreciate this. You got to think about this, right? So 1, 2, oh, probably not 3. So if your next thought is, oh, if it's not a 3, what could it be? Well, one thought is here, oh, we're not done. We're going down again. But when we hold here, process of elimination takes over. Oh, well, it's not going to be 3. It's not going to be ABC. If we're going to start to go here, well, what's my next choice? Right? It kind of forces you into, oh, there's some sort of looks like you got an ABC here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? What am I on? A 4 hour? Oops. You can kind of see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why we've got, again, what looks like another truncation here. Either way, right? What happens here, right? Consolidation. What does the market do? Expand, contract, right? That's all it ever does. Right, so here's your consolidation. What are we doing? Oh, people are guessing, right? You don't want to guess. There's the break, retrace. That's the trade right there. It's this one. You don't have to be reckless with it. Right in the pocket, fair value gap. 1, 2. It looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got all the ingredients there. That's kind of deep for the 4. Oh, let's see. Do we want that? Well, I would imagine you all can see the alternates is right here staring you in the face. Do we complete here, right? If we did, what would you be looking for in the retrace? You'd be looking for at least a 50. Do we get it, right? So, yeah, that could be a 2. 1, 2, oh, sure looks like a 3. That would leave me a little bit, might be pausing here. Well, there's a flat that's, excuse me, God damn, so excuse me. Running flat. Right, so we have the overlap here, if not, right? So if we do it this way, you might be able to squeeze through that. That would be the 5 of 3. Getting rejected exactly where you would anticipate it gets rejected. Middle, not the 618, golden zone. Do I think I'm done here? Well, okay, let's frame it. Never forget the geometry. It's the first thing people forget. All right, so I've got that. I tend to want to color code these so I don't lose track of where. So this is my bigger count. Well, now, do I need to double it? Maybe I do. All right, so if I put the 2 here, all right, so I've got a sliding parallel. I might do it that way. Let's do it this way. I just run that on there. Oh, come off of there now. Run that down here, right? So I get a sliding parallel. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What am I looking for? 4. Okay, this already done. Did its job. Whoops, I didn't want that out of there. I want this out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. A, B, C. That's a judgment call. You could interpret that either way, right? There's some people tell you that that's the problem with Elliott Wave, right? We can interpret it multiple ways. Well, who fucking cares, right? So, okay, well, if it changes, it changes. What's the TA approach that doesn't change? Go ahead, tell me. I'll wait. None is the answer. We're looking for a wave 4 here. In this pocket, what do we have here? Oh, breaker. That's a little fair value gap, right? I'm surprised it's still there. Okay, so we have a candidate here for this to come down as a 3, right? So do I know it's going to do this? Of course not, right? But if I'm going to do something like this, I'm interested, looking for that. Here's the rejection, right? See, it's tracking. When it's doing exactly like, oh, if you drew that, it said, oh, God, I wonder how it'll do here. Right, now this doesn't count, right? Because we're at a lower pivot here. Get it right on that. Now, it may have counted here as it did. Didn't quite make the target. So your thought would be, oh, well, that's interesting, right? So let's come back down here. Right, same thing's happening here. You can see what happened here. That's I'm assuming I don't need to explain what happened there, right? So we can all see what happened here. They swept those pivots here, right? Liquidity grab into the imbalance, right? That's the algo doing its job, right? Rebalancing an imbalance. How do we know it's an algo? Look what comes off of it. What did they do down here? Swept all of that. See, it's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, low. Well, that's when it starts to change. What happens here, right? You can track this stuff. Again, I know. I've been saying this since I did an entire course on this. You cannot trade Elliott Wave and not be trading market structure, right? It's the OG of market structure. It's just different names, right? That's pretty much all ICT did. Now he did some, not everything. I'm not trying to be shitting on the guy, but very little that was new, right? Relabeled, repackaged it, remarketed. Some new ideas, right? It's not. I don't want to shit on the guy. He does that to himself enough, right? With his, oh, I'm going to win the Robins, and I'll bet anyone the amount, whatever you want to amount. I'm just not going to pay it if I lose, right? That's what he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the 5. We got that. I got sidetracked there. Okay, that's WIF. Let's get over to Doge. But he's so dominant in the market, right? You got to deal with him because there's, I don't know, 30, 40 million people trading what he's teaching. 1, 2, 3. What do we do here? We're doing another diag, right? It's kind of the same problem here. Is this 1, A, B, C, 2? We're doing a diag, right? With the depth of that. Oh, let's get this. Well, so clearly, right, we hit the 50, and then this is the blowout here. So that side of it is off the table. So all of this gets redone. Now, that's interesting because that sure looks like an A. Now, we don't, pardon me. Let's bring that back. This could still be an AB. We don't know because that's kind of fucking up that count. Right. You could do A, B, C. You could do it over here. It's squishy, but you could get a 5 in there. 3, 3. Either way, right? What happened there? Break of structure. What do we anticipate, right? What do we know? What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace. This is where it gets a little disjointed for me because I think I had it this way, right? So because this looks very much to me like we've just done a little ABC, right? So it's following along with Bitcoin in, oh, are we doing a diag? All right, it's not where I would go first, but given the additional information we have here. Oh, okay, A, B, C. Huh, sure looks like a diag. 3, 3, 3. But this is where we're getting a little fucked because that sure looks like, let's go to 1. Sure looks like we've got an impulse coming down. Now, is there a workaround? Is there? Well, of course, this would have to slide over. This looks like you got a 3 here. So let's consider that. Is this, well, pardon me, if this were, can we get a 5 in there? No, you're stuck with that, right? That's an ABC. Pardon me. Let me rephrase that. There's an A, B, and then we finish this here as a impulse. Right. So A, B, C is the impulse. I don't think that would be in dispute. This, well, we're kind of being forced into it. Now, this is interesting. That sure looks like A, which would make you think, oh, A, B, we're doing a big expanded B. That's what my thought would be, right? Until we break above this here. Oh, because this doesn't work as the 4th. Unless we do a little Elliott shuffle and try and squeeze it in, right? What are we going to do? We do 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. We're going to truncate it. Well, this looks too good, right? It looks like, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 4, 5. Looks like A, B, C into the 3, right? It's deep. Well, it doesn't quite look like an impulse. Looks like you got 3, retrace. Where's the order block? Right? Why would you even be looking for an order block up here? Right? Why? Well, that didn't happen by itself. What do I have up here? Right, so this is now an inverse fair value. So here's the fair value gap, right? It doesn't hold. So when we come back to it, now it's an inverse fair value gap, right? We'll give ICT credit for popularizing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the next thought would be, oh, we've got more truncation happening, right? Maybe that's just going to be the 2024 reality is we've got truncation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, when the Elliott is confusing, right? The next thought is, okay, well, what do I have that I can work with, right? Geometry. Remember, Elliott is always third in priority, right? What's the geometry? What's Al doing? Well, Al is every asset, right? So you know he's in here, right? He's been blown out. So let's pull this all the way down, right? Yeah, he's well out, right? So Al's out. All the bears, right? Bears are blown out, right? And is this we doing ABC? Okay, well, we kind of float it there. I wouldn't trade off of that. So in my view, this is okay. Whatever's happening here, I don't know where the 4 is. And if I don't know, I'm not going to risk money. What can I see, right? I can frame it. We're not in log scale, right? So I can just say, okay, swing low, swing high, right? And this is just in thirds. I'm in the premium. I'm at an inverse fair value gap. Do I want to short that? Well, I'm not saying that. If you were thinking of shorting it, you don't want to short it at the extreme. You would want to wait for the retrace, right? That fails. You don't want to try. It took me years to break this habit. I still struggle with it. I just naturally, my instinct is want to pick the turn. It's overdone, it's too far, it's at a golden, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter, right? You don't want to be the first one in, right? You don't want to be the guy trying to say, oh, I got the turn. Look, I posted on Twitter, look at my 15R. That's not who you want to be over time. You want to be this guy. Now, when I sell it right there, right, just logically, okay, think about the risk reward. If I short it here and my stop is at the pivot and my target is here, right? As opposed to here, Okay, well, you could say, well, it's the same risk. Yes, that's true. It is the same risk, but there's no evidence that I've stopped. There's no signs of a stop here. I don't have any structure here to play with. Ideally, well, here, let's see, that's a 1 hour. Better yet would be to sweep this low, right? So I can say, okay, at least I had a little micro change of character. At least I had a little micro. Right? Something changed. I didn't get, it didn't do its job, right? Because its job is to give me a new high. If it fails to do that, and then we come down and we sweep, I should get off of there. We sweep this. Well, now I've got a technical event that I can lean into. Otherwise, it's a little bit of a, well, fuck, I hope it works. Which is never how you want to be in the market. That's never a feeling you want to have. Oh, well, fuck, all right, I hope it works. No. I mapped it out. I know why I'm in the trade. So if you were putting this in your trading journal, you can clearly articulate why you took the trade, as opposed to, why did I take that? 2 months later, I'm reviewing trades, or a month or a week later, doesn't matter. Why did I take that? Because there was bearish order flow up here? Well, maybe that's your reason, right? At least have a reason. Okay, well, here's the swing up that's unmitigated. Well, it's getting fully mitigated now. But I need a reason, not just, well, it looks like it's overdone. Oh, RSI is hot. That's probably one of the dumbest trades there is, right? Because RSI can stay high. It's just the range. It's just the range, right? The reason RSI starts to roll over is because the market consolidates, right? We go expansion, consolidate. And then RSI is just measuring the range, whatever your period is, if it's a 14 period or 21 period or 8 period, it doesn't matter, right? The range has gone higher. Now we've consolidated. So the range over those periods is reducing. Thus, the RSI starts to roll over because all it's measuring is the range from high to low. So this is the kind of way you want to approach the market, because now I have a very legitimate, and the risk reward is friendly. Right? You do that over time. I'm selling in the premium. I've had the structure break. The Elliott count here is a little bit elusive, but that's all right. I don't need it for this trade. I don't know what the Elliott count is here. I don't really care if I'm going to take that trade. I don't think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but it might be. But do I have enough to take it? Even better would be if there's... you can go higher, right? You be careful, right? You can get 707s up here. You can get something higher, right? But where you're wrong, so you can do the math here. Am I willing to take that risk for this reward? Simple. We complicate trading, right? We always do. Right? We are our own worst enemies. Always will be. Always have been. It's what we do to ourselves. Logically, it's not as hard as people think. No, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is easy money. I'm saying there's a logic here that, if applied over time, will serve you well. I've been doing this for 30 years, right? Still doing it. Trust me, there's no mistake I haven't made. That's why I can speak with confidence. There's no mistake I haven't made. No stupid thing I haven't done to great costs. But all of that over 30 plus years, right, gives me a lot of, not much I haven't seen before. Okay. Doge. How am I doing on time? Well, I'm good. All right. Try not to go over 2 hours. Right. I'm amazed anyone would watch that long, but some do, right? So, oh shit, I was on Doge. Oh shit, did I not do WIF? Yeah, we did WIF, right? Okay, we're good here. So I got both those. XAG from Coin Laundry. You got to explain that handle to me. Although I know some people that own a few coin laundromats that make huge money. Maybe that's what he does. Where am I going to put that? XLE over here. Did that ever load? Okay, let's put it over here. So he's looking for XAG. SD. Oh, where should we go for silver? We don't want to be in capital. Oh shit, what do I want? I want a CFD. Is that going to be indices? Are you going to give it to me their way? I don't know where they would put CFDs. Funds? Oh fuck, here, I guess I'll do it here. Fuck, Pepperstone? That's no US people trading that. Well, Well, here, let's just use this here. We'll use FX open. I haven't even heard of that one. Okay, FXG. All right. Okay, all right, so we can come back here. We say, okay, where's COVID, right? Whenever you're bringing up a new chart. Whoops. Bringing up a new chart. Well, okay, if we're going to be on the daily, well, okay, how do we look relative to the COVID low? Oh, we can leave that. Okay, do I need to be in log scale? All right, are we, that's 3 times the range, maybe not. $11 to $30, that's 3 times. I think we're good there. Geez, I wonder what's here. Well, before I even pull it, right, and I do not know what's there, right? You can see just what you want to see at a low, right? Sweep and go. I do not know what's going to be here. Looks like they swept it. Yeah. That may be a good example here of why you want to use a 707. Where are you? It's a bit of a wonky start to it. Oof. Well, let's check a few things, right? How do we stay technical going up? Interesting, right? It's a little, well, it's just FX open. You're a little wiki there. I mean, we're again, I wouldn't be trading here, but okay, a little wiki, just a minor break in the pocket. Looks like it'll keep going here, right? This is a series. Too deep here, so likely there's another one on the other side that got it. There it is. Always one on the other side. Boy, is there an Elliott count there? Fuck, that's a bit of a clusterfuck there. It looks like you'd have to go A, B, C. So let's see if we can get that dialed in. Okay, right. I got it's a weird thing. I'm kind of thinking out loud here. It's a weird thing I do. Okay, right. So just little things, right? Just to remind you, right? To always, right? What you want to see at a pivot, right? Is liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep. Boy, that looks like well, there's a clear WXY right there. Right, 3, 3, 3. So it looks like we're going to have to do WXY there. Let's bring you down. Boy, this is a lot of threes. I used to trade silver a lot. I had a lot of clients trading it, but I don't trade it much anymore. So what are we calling this? 1, 2? Well, I think you're stuck here, right? You're going to have to do 1, 2. Ugh. Well, let's look at 3, 4, 5. That's not the start I'd want, but it looks like twice we've got to do this. It's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. I don't love that, but that's what it's giving me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, the 3's good. Quite. Oh, you probably have to do it here. So you go A. No, fuck, one of these. A, B, C. Again, here it is again, right? Particularly with CFDs, crypto, or pardon me, anything in FX, right? They will screw you at every pivot. Every single pivot, they'll do this to you. You have to be aware of it. Most just let it happen to them. Again and again and again, right? Always, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to see this. I think we looked at that. Start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. Little wiki. Gets its target. Complete the 1. Oops. Golden. Of course, golden. WXY. Oof. Boy, that is a lot of. Well, I can't. I don't want to do this. I got an impulse here, so I'm kind of stuck here. Now, some people might look at that and go, "Who fucking cares?" Right? Well, because that'll drive decision making as we progress. Let's think that through here. All right, let's label it. All right, so complete. There's the 1. If that's the 2, let's put them up here. See if we can get something completely put together. This makes me a little uneasy. I don't think I have a way to get there. Unless there's a little 1, 2. Let's look in the 4. Can I get there? Well, you got a candidate for a 3-4 there, but it doesn't. That looks like ABC. AB. No, I don't think that works. So you're kind of stuck with this. So you've got the 1 here, you've got the 2 here. That's well, even if you said, okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this would be 3 that doesn't fly, right? So I think you're stuck with this. A, B. I'll have to go with the double there. Would give me a little pause, right? So you guys have seen me do this many times before. If I'm uncomfortable in a section, I'm always going to highlight it. So if I get in trouble down the road here, I can come back to say, well, this was a little unusual. It actually looks like you could do the 3-4 here and be done with something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Can't say I love this. All right, if I don't see it pretty quickly, I won't trade it. Well, let's consider that fully labeled. 1, 2. That's pretty bullish, right? If we're going to do it this way. What's the 2 to the 4, right? So you start checking pivots. See how do we do here? Oh, that's not bad. Does that make sense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. This is it's a little problematic, right? So right away, right, I'm already thinking, oh God, we have another truncation. But again, that would be way too many truncations. It's just not that. I'm not going to find it in everything. 1, I'm stuck with this, 3, 4, 5. So if that's 1, this would be 2, right? So we're going higher. Okay, so let's label the whole thing. Right, so we've done a 1, 2, and then a 1. This is very bullish, right? If it ends up playing this way. All right, so for a 2, is that a good thought? All right, it's reasonable. Little unmitigated order flow right there. Comes right to the. You want to be fancy, you can call it consequent encroachment. Otherwise, you want to be a normal person, you can call it the 50%. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. What are we doing here? Right, this has got to go up a degree. He's getting pretty bullish. Let's go to an 8. Is the 4? Is this a possibility that we've got a 1, 2? It's possible. Let's reconsider that for a second. Right, because we hold. Maybe I'm making it harder than it needs to be. This makes me uncomfy in here. Well, let's play it out. I'd probably not trade this because of all of this uncertainty yet, right? So if that's the 2, right to the 50. It's valid. Right? Maybe I was overcomplicating. Okay, so what's next, right? If this is the 4, that sure looks like a 1, 2. Maybe working on 3, 4, 5. Let's bring that down a few degrees, put it in white. Okay, how's that look as a 3? Geez, I really overcomplicated that. How are we here? Second most common, right? For the 3. Second most common, I can live with that. Good retrace on the 4, right to the 50 to the tick, right? So we got an algo involved here. And we've got algos stacking on other algos. Oh, come here. All right, one algo. Who knows who's behind it, right? Could be the same people, could be 200 different people or company. It's not people. Could be there. Up for the 5. Okay, if I get here, what am I thinking? Do we complete? What do I got down here? I got max momentum, which I use for the squeeze. All right, squeeze is the green dots. Well, let's add an EWO on that. See if that gives us any additional insight. Not really. One, well, we can label it, right? This is how it was taught to me originally. Right, we can, oops. Oh, we can do it this way. Didn't mean to do that, but that'll work. 3, 4, looking for 5. Now, you're anticipating divergence here. Oh, fuck, how did I do? I didn't even mean to do that. There we go. You know, we'll pull you out. Up for the 5. But you're expecting it not to go higher. All right, for the divergence at the 5th. 3 higher than 1. We're looking for 5, right? Maybe somewhere around that. Okay, there we go. Kind of a long-ass way to get there, but we got it. Okay, so would appreciate... Oh, shit. Okay, Robin, how am I doing on time? Okay, I'm good. I'm still good. Okay, shit, I lost some time there on silver. I was fucking... my head up my ass there for a minute. Okay. That's XAG for Coin Laundry. I got Robin's on Boeing. Actually, the more I played with this, the more I like it now. You're a little late to that party. Just to finish up here, right? If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, if you're getting the 1 getting started here, if you get a retrace, that would be, I think, an opportunity on the retrace, right? Pivot under the swing low, right? Again, risk reward. Keep that your focus. Okay, Boeing. Let me try this one. Boeing, what a sad story that is. Boeing, oh, Jesus, that's brutal. When did they get some news here? To 200. Okay. Is there any confusion about the count coming off the low? I'm going to guess not. I know, right? Elliott Wave, right? No, that shit doesn't work anymore. The market doesn't move, and well, how are we going to do that? We're going to have to do it this way. Well, that's 4-ish, right? So you'd be inclined to think you kind of get forced into this. It's tempting to think this, right? So if without that last kick, right, you might have been thinking, oh, here 4, 5, right? I mean, here's the high probability zone for a 3. We got to it would be a diag to finish that, but you'd be thinking this would have been very, very reasonable to be thinking. Oh, 1, 2. Oh shit, I know exactly what's happening. Although that sure looks like a 5, doesn't it? Right, that might have kept you. So let's consider that. A, B. Is this what we're doing? This is a perfectly valid impulse that completes here. That's quite a B. Where's COVID? COVID. Leading diag, deep 2. Well, there's a limit to how far these can go. Let's check that. Oh, let's go here, right? What happened here? Huh, I don't know why that's not working. That's weird. Oh, something changed there. Well, that's all right. A, B, all right, is that it? I got 1, 2, I got a 5 here. So I can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can back, right? So that often is helpful, right? Okay, I got a 5, I got a 3, right? You can kind of piece it together. That sure looks like a 4. You got to get a 2 out of that somewhere for this to finish. It's an 8 hour. Do we have anything up there? So it's kind of A, B, C, D. It looks like you got a little triangle 4 here before we come down for the 5. Let's do that. All right, that's a bit of a guess. All right, I gotta have something in there. That looks like a 4, 3, A, B, C, D, E into the 4 for a triangle. 5, right? So I've got that completed. Well, this right, this was all good, right, until we got the last one here. So you're gonna have to rethink that, right? So can we do anything with this? Do we have to go over this? So this would have to come down here. I can't say I like this, but is that what we're stuck with? A, B, you can't do a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's anyone's guess, right? So this is really black swan type stuff. All right, who would have thought Boeing would be doing this? It looks actually like you can put the 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, that's fucked. You'd have to do it something like this. That's iffy, because it sure looks like a triangle. But I would have held with that until we got this. All right, price is truth. What we talk about, right? What your Elliott count is meaningless to the market, right? It's going to do what it's going to do. We're just trying to hang on and not get blown up in the process. Okay, so good signs of a pivot always, right? The sweep of liquidity. That's the first thing you want to look for. Oh, do I have a good pivot? Did they sweep liquidity? Oh, yeah, maybe I do. 1, 2. What else are you going to think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to go up a degree. Let's change the color. We're doing it down here. No signs you'd want to be a buyer, really. Now, you could make a case, right, that all of this untapped, right, until we're just not tapping. Oh, look where we went. Right, all of this is bullish order flow, right? Now, you only know that after this. A, B, ugh. We did ping to 50% of it. This would make me. I don't think this is. If you're in this, okay, hang on. Probably right. If you didn't get stopped out, you're now hanging on for the next 2 to 3 years. Boeing going away, probably not. But this is problematic, right? This one where others might very much disagree with that, right? They would put the 4 here, and this is the 5. Well, that's how I see it, right? So, that's a good example of having alternate counts. Right? Often you'll see my guys post that we'll have 2 different counts. I don't think there's well, okay. Let's go back to something we were talking about before. You don't want to try and pick that turn. Absolutely not. You want to wait till something changes here. If I were going to trade this, I wouldn't touch it until I had a break there. Until I had this break, right? That's not a break of structure, but that would be a change of character. You know, this labeling that gets a little bit too much attention, right? If we break this is swing low, retrace, right? That we don't get a new high, right? So this pivot doesn't do its job. We break that. So this would be meaningful to me if we broke that. This would be, we just call it, sometimes I think it's easier to just say, oh, it's a market structure shift. Something shifted, right? We're not doing lower lows and lower highs anymore. All of a sudden, right, something comes up here. Oh, something changed, but something shifted. Then, right, the trade you want, right, let's say we do this, right, and then we come back up here. Now, I've got reason to be looking, right? That's the trade. I would want to see that swept. Now, it would be just as fine, right? It really confirms it here, right? Now you've blown the pattern, right? Now that's a break of structure. But don't be, right, again, years. I can't even put a dollar figure on how much money I lost trying to be this guy, right, who picks the turn. it's to this day, right? I struggle with. I immediately when I see it, I want to buy it, or if I see this, I want to sell it, right? It's no, there's an example where it would work, but there's no reason. Here's a good example of where you're waiting for the retrace, you don't get it, right? Welcome to the party, right? You're not going to get you're not going to get that every time, right? But this is all being fueled by their problems. It's not technical. They fucked up, and they're getting punished for it. Okay, that's Boeing. I got AAP. Shit, I don't know what is that. AAP. What is AAP? I don't think it means that. Okay, Advanced Auto Parts. Oh man, we're working on the punishers, right? So maybe this is a reversion to the mean kind of thinking. Oh, what the fuck? There we go. Whoo! Look at that gap. Holy smokes! All right, market's going to want to fill that in. Where do I have to go here? Oh God, there's COVID. Good God, that's awful. Holy shit. What are we doing here? Log scale? It's a redundant question. It's COVID. Well, can we just keep it simple? Well, there's not much other way to approach that. Retrace into the fair value gap. All right, and I can see it here on a weekly. I get a bar. Well, what are you doing with that? Well, first thing we would do is we got to get the whole thing and see where are we. Oh, Jesus, now I get the doubles. What the fuck? That's what I was trying to do in the last one. That's weird. My machine's acting weird today. Okay, where are we? Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I'm the 6 years of showing it. I'm out of things to say. You have to know where it is, what it did last. I can't imagine anyone not tracking it. Can't imagine that if they've seen it. Right? Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. And if you somebody sold it right there, and guarantee it. Why? Why would you sell it there? Because you don't know it's there. That's the only reason, right? If you knew it was there, you would never sell that. You didn't make it. There you're swinging, right? The algo. So that's a good example here. This algo gets stopped out. After being up that far, it gets stopped out. Trust me, they don't care. Okay, so there's that. Is that ABC? Well, now we're right back to, this again, this is just what I was talking about. Right? This is me trying to be a hero here, right, for years, right? Oh, I got the turn. I'm going to pick the turn. Never a need to do it, right? Let it show its hand, right? And then take this. Right now I've got this as my stop. I've got this as my upside. Are we in the premium to the discount, right? It's a weekly chart. Yeah, we're in the discount. Where's the better risk reward? Would you want to sell it now? Oh, this is AB. I don't think that's done. Well, I'm not saying it is done, but technically, is that a spot you would want to sell it? That's a silly question, I know, but I'm going to assume not. It looks like that could have, this could be the one, right? If this is the A, B, it's not much of a C. Could you nibble here? Yeah, but I'm not sure I would, right? No, I'll come back here. Let's go to a 3-day. It's a little soon. Don't be in a hurry, right? Listen, if it's going to go up here, if it's going to go there, is a couple of bucks here going to make a difference? Again, right? Rhetorical question. Obviously not. Right? Are we going to go in a straight line? For definitely not. What do we have here on a 3-day or a weekly? %80 odds we get there. Yeah, right. If this pivot holds. it's perfect golden right now. You don't really like it. It's awfully steep, right? So you lose some of the advantage of a golden, right? Something like this, where you got that bigger upside. But the 80% is 80%, right? It doesn't change. Just, oh, that angle is not as good as I'd like it, right? It's still 80%. That's what you're looking for. Is that what we get? Well, we don't know. That's auto parts, right? But you don't need to be a hero. You never need to do that. There's the trade, right? And you can sweeten it if you get that. Now, what's my risk? What's my risk reward there? This seems like obvious, but I got to take that thing out. A big difference when we go to log. It's 30 to 1. And that's assuming if I want to use max, right? Say, okay, well, I'm going to use that as my pivot. It's still 12 to 1. You're just playing the odds, right? Are you not? 200% here. If you got that, so I'm not saying couldn't go through it. I'm just saying that you got 80% odds that it gets there. If that's not good enough for you, you're confused. You won't find anything with a higher probability. Technically, you won't. You can't. There isn't. If there was, I'd be teaching it. Okay, so what do I got here? So that's AAP and Boeing. And I had a couple. Oh, hang on a second here. Oh shit, 1:30. Okay, I got a couple that we did. Dr. Albert, I'm gonna have to come back to that one because I promised I was gonna do these to the X people here. So give me a second. I'll see if I can do it here. I think I just start boring people if I go too long. USDT. Oh fuck. Where do I have some of this? Let's put it on Coinbase. I might have FET. This is from Twitter. This is for X. Fuck, it's ever always Twitter to me. Okay, do we need to be in log scale? Well, do we? Yeah, we do. Okay, all right, so listen, these guys waited. I got to do this. Let's go back here. Okay, 1, 2. Why would you not think that? Got a pretty good 5 down here. All the right ingredients, right? Start marking this. It'll reinforce it in your mind. What do I see at the low, right? Sweep of liquidity, and then we launch, right? And we launch with imbalance, right? So a real tell is, as you see it down here, is, come here, I'm moving too fast, is after the sweep of liquidity, what you really want to see to confirm it is the fair value gap, right? The imbalance, because that says it's institutions, right? That's not Billy Bob crypto. That is institutions moving that, and that's the beauty of the imbalance, right? They reveal themselves, right? They try and hide, but they can't hide. And look at all the fair value gaps that come off of that. Oh, well, you can see them, right? They're probably over here. I think I limit it so I don't have a shitload of them, but there's one, then multiples. How did Al respond there? You tell me. You have to know where he is. What did he do last? You have to know, right? Or you'll sell or buy right into it. So we got second target here. So, okay, was there some reason why you wouldn't think this? Some reason? Why would you not think that? Oh, it's an ABC. Well, okay, it might be. Right? I'm not saying it's not, but why would that be your thought right off the bat? I'm assuming most in here want crypto to go, right? So why would you rain on that parade? Oh, I don't know. FET, right? They're doing some weird thing with, I don't know, they did some combo where they combined. So FET likes the 50. 50, 50. Beautiful Elliott. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so oh boy, this is teed up and ready to go. All right, so we've got a 1 that's already showing itself. All right, often you hear me say, let the market reveal itself. Well, there's revealing it. Where's the trade? It's not hard. Come on, guys, it's not hard. I'm not saying it's a winner. I'm just saying constructing the trade, not hard. What are we looking for here? Right? You don't have to be a master Elliottician for that. Right on the channel, what else would we have here? Right? No, we don't have it yet. Right? to guide you, right? So you got, so the advantage of adding the median lines is that I get that 80% in my mind. Now, whether it happens or not doesn't matter, right? It just makes me more comfortable taking that trade. I know I got 80% odds. Well, if I get stopped out, well, I'm not going to kick myself. Well, what a dumbass I was. Again, you're back to reviewing your trading journal and say, why did I take that trade? Jesus, can that set up any better? Now, again, we don't have this, but if that comes into town, right there, that's don't sleep on that. Shit, I don't know what I had with mine. I was a little sorry I didn't have more of this. 1, 2, right? There's your 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not, we're not calling the top. That would be 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, pardon me, that would be the 5 at this degree. Let's make that bigger, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here at 740. Complete the impulse. Right, what do we anticipate after the completion of the impulse, right? We know, so like don't overstay your welcome. After that, what are we looking for? Back here to 55 cents. It's not that the market is obligated to do that. It's just what it usually does. Okay, that's FET. Then at QNT, oh, I'm in this. All right, so I think I'm in this from one of the last live streams. Right, I took some of this. As I said, I'm not kidding when I say many of my best trades are coming from these live streams. So, okay, we're going to do it as a diag, right? So this is a pretty clear ABC because we get the impulse here. So there's A, B, C, right? So the diag seems to be in play here. Going right along with Bitcoin, right? Deep for the 2, right? So in a diag, right, it's deep 2s and deep 4s. 1, 2, 3, right? Now, why am I pulling here? Because in a diag, I always want to pull from the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3, right? I'm looking for the 50. What do we see down here, right? Just give us some suggestion that perhaps we have a good low. Just what we want to see, sweep of liquidity and then imbalance. Oh, what about 1 hour here? That'll work. Sweep the liquidity, imbalance. Right, there's an inside bar. That's Ethereum highlights these, right? When we see inside bars, if I take that off, now we'll lose that one. We should lose that. Yeah, that we did. Right, so here's an imbalance. It's another gray box, right? It can be confusing if you don't know what you're looking at. So there's the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? Why would you, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why would you, come here. 1, 2. Oh, fuck, something in there. Some sort of a slop. 4. It's got a little chop poppy. It's not the greatest looking price action I've seen there. Let's take this out to a daily. If that cleans that up anymore. Markets are a little nervous, right? That's not great price action there. You can make the case here that the 1 is in on the lower time frame. What are we doing? We're all of this is getting rebalanced, right? We've already got at least 50% of it, right? So that's enough, right? The algo does not need to come back and do any more rebalancing. But it could, right? I'm not saying it wouldn't. It could. This could all come lower or hit that golden. Doesn't look like it. It looks like you're done. But you know, that's a guesstimate, right? It gets much shittier down here. At least on BloFin. 1, 2. I'd stay on the bull side. Right? There's no reason to panic at all, right? You might keep your stop down here. You know, again, 707, always a good thought. Right down here. Depending how much, well, you know, it's okay. If you want to give it more room, where is the absolute invalidation, right? That's right down here, right? That's absolute invalidation. But if you want to give this more room, because you're like, well, maybe it'll come a little, I don't know, maybe it'll come a little bit lower. Just don't, you know, shoot your load right here, right? Just say, okay, I'm going to take 30, 40% of it in case we come down here. Another 30, 40, another 30, 40, right? Because you're out here. So you're just averaging it down on the assumption that whatever we're doing down here, that's going to be demand, right? We invalidate here. Right. Risk reward friendly? Yeah. Very. Okay, what else do I got? GMT. GMT. Oh, fuck. I don't want to change that because that's mine. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. Shit. What do I got over here? Let's just make another one. Okay, GMT. I'll use Wonka stuff. GMT. USDT. I gotta hurry. I'm losing you guys. I can feel you. Okay, GMT, USDT, and Coinbase. That's the weekly. Let's go to the daily here. What do we got? Let's do this real quick. Oh, what did the market do? Oh, it did move. Okay, right. Do we need to be in log scale? Yeah, we need to be in log scale. Great example. Do we have a good low? Why did I not get my... My machine is fucking up today. I don't know what's going on. Okay, all right. This would have been easy to think, right? It'd been easy to be thinking 1, 2. Price is truth. You are wrong. Well, some sort of a 5 gets us done down here. Well, that makes me think it bumped into something here. Like, why is it stopping there? Pull back for one. That could be it, because it looks like I got an impulse right here. I pull from the start of that. Not sure. This could be the 4. Well, that has a better, that fits the impulse better. Well, we know something bumped at it here. Okay, for the bulls, where are we looking? Can't say I love that. Well, waiting for diags, right? It's just everywhere, diags everywhere. God damn it. I swear something up with my machine. I got to reboot. Something is up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Can't say I love that. Now for me, this is too much chop. I'd want to complete that 5. Give me that 5, and then I'll take the next one. I'm not going to force that. It's too much slop for me, right? It's just me. Trade accordingly. If you like it, I'm not saying don't trade it. I'm just saying that's not what I look for. Is that right, or does it have to come down lower? Maybe, right? At least we're here. Start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. I'm looking for the 50, right? That doesn't look like I've got a good ABC there, and I've got the giant wick. It makes me pause, right? So I just look at it and go, okay, if this is going to be a 1, and we're going to come back for a 2, and we're going to get a big 3, do I really care that I don't get this? Is this life and death that I don't get that piece of it before I get this piece of it? No. And because it's fuck, who knows, right? I'll wait for this, right? Show me, reveal the 5, and I'll come for the 3. Okay, that's GMT. Okay, I got those. All right, now there was one over here. I noticed that you counted Adam as an expanding dive, and the diagonal you drew the 5th wave is not longer. Let's go back to Adam and see what he's talking about. Who is that? That is Hassan. All right, well, Hassan, we have some new rules per the rule makers, EWI, with regarding diag. So let's just bring that up here, and we'll finish with this. Oh, crypto. Whoa, where did I do it? I don't remember where I did it. Did I do it on Coinbase? Or I might have done it on BloFin. Oh, shit. Now I'm not going to remember my count. Is it this? I think that's what he's talking about. Well, okay. All right, so let's... it looks like you do it here. That's like a... God, did we get away with it? Because there's 5, 3... That's a little tricky. It looks like that goes lower, so you're going to have to do this as a WXY. Looks like they do, well, it's a double. But that's a 3. I think that's what Hassan is talking about, I think, or actually, I don't remember. Well, I think it would be a mistake to try and get overly caught up in, is this a 5? So is that in dispute? I think probably not. So again, there's Elliott Wave is, some people are absolute purists, right? I'm not, right? So if I see a 5, I'm going to call it a 5. What this okay, so what am I doing here? Shit, now I don't remember how we did this. I wish I had it up. Did I keep it? I don't think I kept it. I kept it over here. Adam, I know I wanted to keep it. No, I didn't. So it must be over here. All right, so if I'm looking over here, this looks like W, oh, come here. W, triangle, A, B, C, D, E, some sort of a triangle in here. It might be there. Something along these lines, and then we've got this coming out of here. I don't know that we're done, but I've got all the right ingredients. 1, 2. You can get into paralysis of analysis if you're overly, it's like, oh shit, well that didn't go exactly. I think we could probably all agree, right? We've got 5 here. Yes, it overlaps a 1. All right, yes, we do. All right, we get that. So for a diag, right? Again, I'm not a purist, so I wouldn't not call this a 5 and this a 3. Remember, Elliott Wave is 3rd priority. If it's helping, great. If it's not helping, don't add it. You don't need it. It's just a benefit, right? If it's helping. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I want to get that. Same thing I would say, regardless of what the asset is. Show me that you're going to pull a 5 here. Yeah, maybe. We're going to do this, maybe. But why not an ABC? ABC. Well, everything, most of crypto is launching from a low with a diag. Okay, well, all right, I'm open to that. It's not where I would think first. That's corrective. This is right. What am I on a daily? Can I get an impulse in there? Maybe. Why not? That looks legit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good 5. Good 3. Good 5. 1, 2. It's not ripe. Don't force them just because you think, right? Don't trade what you think. Trade what you see. What do I see here? I see a 5. I see a 3. Is it technical, right? Again, it's the same thing, right? I do this fucking 20,000 times a month, right? So, okay. Can I get on board there? Well, not with that. Why? Why take the risk? Again, what do you? Oh, I didn't get that before this happened. That really? That's what you're hung up on? No, I don't mean you, Hassan. I just mean any trader, right? Okay, well, why couldn't that be another corrective leg? It sure could be. It doesn't have to go gold, and we go 786, we go 887, we go 90, right? Any of this could still be corrective until you sweep the high. So don't just assume, oh yeah, that's the 4. Well, number one, that's not a good-looking impulse. That's not enough. It looks like an ABC. It looks like it's a classic measured move. It is. There's your traditional, right? Not the Halsey measured move, right, that's behind this algo, that's your traditional. It's within a tick or two. Like the A from B. Oh, it's actually right there. That's how Halsey discovered this, right? There was something going on. Oh, come here. All right, I'll finish with this. I did a whole video series on this. There was something going on here where we weren't making the 100, right? That was the golden zone, was the negative 23. And that's how he deduced this. Something was happening, right? It was stopping regularly at the 23 or the negative 27, right? It was stopping, wasn't making the 100. Something else was going on because it was over and over and over again. So there's absolutely no way you could have any certainty that that's 1, 2, 3, 4. No way. You don't know. So why take the risk? Why? There is no reason to do that other than FOMO. That's the only reason you would ever take that trade. It's not ripe. Oh, and if it's, I promise you, if you take it and you get away with it, you just reinforced a bad habit that's going to come back and bite you in the ass. I guarantee it. Let it complete the 5. Okay, what did I miss here? From $4 to from 450 to 470? Oh, okay. Now I'll take it. Don't force these trades. Those are the ones that after a while they start to eat into your account balance. I fucking went kind of, I thought it might go, right? Ding, 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 ding. All of a sudden the account balance is going down, down. I thought it was going to go. I read something on Twitter. It was in my feed, blah, blah, blah. I saw it. It doesn't matter where you saw it, right? When you come to the trade, are all the ingredients in your trading plan present? If they are, pull the trigger because you've already done the work. Now it's just a reflex. You've done the work. Now, the only thing left to do is decide the size. Well, what's my risk tolerance? How much can I risk on this? How much am I comfortable risking on this? You want to go all in? Some people do, right? That can. Are you trying to trade for the next 5 years or for the next 5 months? Right? You can YOLO some of these. Okay, I got to wrap it there, guys. I went way long. What am I? Oh, shit, it's almost 2 o'clock. Okay, guys, I got to wrap. One, I'm starving. I never eat before I do these things. Okay, right. So, all right, we'll just wrap there. I hope when you look up crypto chart, for example, when you search around, look for crypto. I do that, right? I was trying to find the one that we were using. I couldn't remember what we used. But thanks for thanks for the thought. Okay, guys, I'll wrap there. Hope you got a couple of good ideas, maybe some setups here. I know I did. I got a few here. I'm going to go back. I always do this. I finish the webinar or the live stream. I go back and look at the trades that I liked, and I immediately go execute them. I'm not bullshitting you. That's exactly what I do. Right? If I like it, I trade it. We had several that looked great. Okay, guys, have a good afternoon. I'll be back for Friday's vid, and you guys have a good one. We'll catch you next time.